The youth are the most important pillar of any society. In the context of South Sudan, they make up over 72% of the population. That is a whooping and very important majority. However, this important majority has been facing enormous challenges that hinder their growth and economic progress. In this episode, we are going to have a very important conversation on the issue of young people, and we are dealing with youth crime. Welcome to the Ebenezer Show, 20 minutes with Emmanuel Lobijo Justin, the founder and executive director of Junub Open Space. Emmanuel, you're most welcome.
Thank you so much.
Tell us your story and how you got to where you are today.
Okay, where there's that, it has been, there's a lot of stories, but it has been a long journey. Born and raised up in the refugee settlement in Uganda, and came to South Sudan in 2009 as the second batch of South Sudanese returning back to their hometown, by then Southern Sudan. So I stayed for 2 years of doing nothing. But of course, involved with the peer group within the area, and that is where I think comes to the topic of our conversation here, the youth crime. There is so much that the youth, being idle, have been contributing to in our societies in one or the other, more especially the gang groups. Because in one or the other, I've been involved a lot, and I've associated myself a lot with these different gang groups within the area. And not, there's a big difference though, like the previous gang groups and the current gang groups. I can say 2009, 10, 11, 12, 13, there's that huge difference between the gang group that started maybe from 14, 15, 16 and above after current date.
Maybe you should be more specific and mention these differences.
Yeah, so I can say from our previous group, maybe that I've been involved with in my own area, we were having major key reasons for why such groups. So the only thing we do is that we sit within our area, and one thing we do is that we make sure our area is safe. There's no criminals coming from outside to come and steal from our areas. And every evening we do our saving. We mobilize £2, £2, £2. We put it up in our box, of which that money at the end of the day is either used for organizing party or either drinking with it. Yeah, so I think basically that we were having around 140 plus people in our group, and those are like all age group of around from 15 from 140 plus. Yeah, like the group, because so like
it's kind of a registration.
Yeah, it's like by default you're just a youth in the area.
Okay.
Of course, that's your chilling spot. That's where you go and just with other friends, and those are like your age mates, so you don't have anywhere to go. So by default, you're a member of that group. But the problem comes here. If you are from another area, you come and touch or fight anyone from our group, of course, definitely you're looking for a problem. We'll go to your area and, of course, scatter people. But then see, because our saving and investment, though it is not something that is really in a right direction, or is not being, I think there's lack of empowerment here, is that we still do good. We still know how to save money every week. And we organize meetings every weekend. Every weekend we have a meeting.
You pay money. Meeting? Are ladies part of this? Or
everyone, it's mixed. It's both male and female. All of us sit together and decide.
What do you talk about with regard to the development of progress of the ladies in your area?
You know, one thing that I find like really also safe about this group is that there are many ladies in this group. It's rare for the lady even to conceive. She don't even have time for those things.
Okay.
Because one is that these youths in the same area, they protect the girls. Despite all this too much criminal activities that is happening, you know, these youths are really, they're doing a lot. It's not that they're idle.
What was the name of your group?
Okay.
Or did you have a name that is used to label you?
Yeah. I was having a name. Of course, like in a group, you don't go with your name, man. You definitely need to have. So the user called me Lil Koros. So I'm like in that defense situation of the youth. The name of our group is a very famous name, that's Sharp Dog. It's like, you know, the principle is like when one dog barks within the area, boom, here, you find that all the other dogs bark. And the community were happy with us because we're not involved in stealing, we're not involved in killing, we're not involved in all these things. But the only challenge comes when someone comes and touches us.
Yeah, people
we were
mercilessly.
Like I can say, our time we came people.
Okay.
Yeah, but this time it's totally different.
You were the head or the commander or the leader of over 140 young people.
Plus.
You could say anything
and they do it. Yes.
My question is, were you happy with that lifestyle? You, your family, members, when they look at you, or when you look at yourself, were you happy or content with that kind of life?
I wasn't really happy in one way or the other.
Okay.
Most especially when I keep on seeing like the time. Time was not really a friend to me, most especially, or to, let me say, to all the group that we're in. From the point of my own look those days, I see like, okay, where exactly would this life lead us? And I just keep on asking myself whether that is the kind of legacy I really wanted to leave behind. That's why in 2016 I have to make like the tough decision in my life.
Did you have some members of your group who got to jail because of the criminal activities that you guys are involved in? Or not so? No,
like from our time, we rarely, but I think there's some few, just maybe because of some ladies' issues.
Today, young people are the most feared people in the society. You hear a lot of stories, things that you could not imagine. It is very important to talk about these things of youth crime because in our society, even the government is struggling, churches are struggling, civil society is struggling to contain youth crime. Emmanuel, what exactly causes youth crime?
There are just so many factors within the area. As I've said, like our society defines who we are. The key challenge here that I've seen like is that this group, because they've been given names, you people are a bad group of people. They say Toronton boys, they say what, all these names that they give, you know, they feel like actually, you know what, we're spoiled, our family define us like that. I think we're useless. And also like, you know what, since at the moment it's all about survival, there's no proper parenting from the houses. Kids wake up in the morning, they go find their way to at least find something to eat and all that and just come home and sleep. Parents also sometimes do like that. I can say like from my own personal point of view, I made a turnaround like from all this thing in 2013. I got like so many opportunities and just like my own reflection, I just felt like, you know, I can actually be a different person. I can choose to do something productive. So I started giving less time in the area. I've been in the film groups for since 2009 downwards, 9, 10, 11. Despite all these things, I've been in the film group, like the famous film group like Warrior Film and Theatre Industry. We've been doing a couple of productions, like some stories and whatever. So I just come and realize I can actually do better by associating myself with people that can challenge what my point of view or whatever that I'm doing. That's when I realized I can actually do better. Yeah, and the fact that I start getting access to internet, I start reading stories of people and like inspiring work of young people younger than me from different parts of the world. I felt I can actually be a better person. That's why I joined this group of young South Sudanese filmmakers who attended video activism and ICT, basic ICT from Capital Movie Corporation. We're about 40 something, but we end up graduating only 38 South Sudanese youths on And we started the first innovation space in South Sudan, the Juba Open Knowledge and Innovation Hub. That's actually where my turning point is, because like for the period of the whole 2013 and 2014, 2014 actually, this when I fully get started, commit myself and put enough time in it. I got like really vast knowledge, and 15, the first innovation space was launched. That's where like the turning point. And then around 2016, I started getting opportunity to travel like to Rwanda, and I was able to get connected like so many other youths who were doing really amazing stuff. And I just felt like, you know what, I can actually do better in my own country. That's why around April 2016, I launched my innovation space, the Junub Open Space. My key message actually to these youth is that they need to know that one, time is running. 10 years ago, if I had not made a choice, I won't be who I am today. I would have Junub Open Space will have not been existent,
So
and all.
Number one is all on one making a choice.
Choice.
To make a choice.
Yes. Yeah, it's very important. They need to make a choice. It is now. Choice, very important. They need to understand that time is not their friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if I took like time with my friend 10 years ago, and then by this time I will not be who I am. Yeah, Junub Open Space will not be in existence, and all whatever that I'm doing at the moment will not be in existence. Yeah, so my key message to the youth is that I think it's time for them to start doing good, and also like not only to the youth, you know, the parents. They need to pull up. They need to understand that they actually have responsibility to look after.
You know, some of these youth, they say that they're idle. It's because some of them don't want to go to school. They don't want to go and sit in a class the whole.
Attend 14 subjects. Some of them just need something, one, that they can actually go and do it. That's all they need. That's why I'm thinking it is really very important to give them opportunity to do what they love doing. Support them where they feel okay. If someone is good in writing stories, give the person opportunity. Let the person write the story. If the person is good in what a specific thing that the person needs to be empowered in. That's what I'm feeling the parents should give the opportunity to their children, and like also to the government officials and all the other. The government officials and the stakeholders, because these are already organized group. And every year South Sudan is having a budget for the country. I know we're having a youth policy, but it's not yet been passed. So it's still a draft. So by default, we still don't have a working youth development policy that can actually define who is a youth in South Sudan. But actually the government of South Sudan will have actually done something better. If only $500,000 or even $1 million, let me say like that, okay? We're having, let me say, about 20 or 50 or 100 groups in South Sudan of this gang group, well-organized group. The only thing they need is like, hey guys, you guys are already doing saving and investment in your own way. That is best. How about we have more information on those ones there? And here is this capital. Go and get started, do some business. And then we have dedicated group of grassroots initiative, not just any other person to monitor such situation. Yeah. There will definitely be transformation.
If you can have the wrong way of surviving, it means you actually think you cannot afford the right way. They don't have the capital, so they don't have owners. So the government and all other stakeholders can come together and say, hey, let's support these guys. They are right there in the residential area. That, I think, is the grassroots.
I'm seeing like this is an opportunity, even the international community. Like USAID, they give millions of dollars to youths of South Sudan for developmental programs and all that. But it's only that maybe the fund is not reaching actually, it's not falling in the right hand. That's why we find like the money is not reaching for its exact purpose. Because I'm seeing like a problem, it need to be addressed, it actually need to be addressed from the roots, not from the leaves. Yeah. So I'm looking at actually this international community, they could actually work direct with the grassroots initiatives, with the people, with the quarter council or whoever is in the grassroots there. That's why I'm like before, there's actually space, there's information gaps. The communities are not empowered, they don't know exactly what step they can actually do. And the government, the international community, the parents, they have a huge role to actually empower and support these young youths. They can be a better citizen. This is like a specific group of youths that is totally forgotten. Nobody's caring about them. That's why whenever they do something small, they be like, these are Torontons, and these are bad people. You put on a dreadlocks that like you're a gang group, you're a gang person or whatever.
Yeah.
Some of those personalities, some of those things does not really define who the person is. If you just take a moment with most of these youths that you see in the street, some of them are washing cars, some of them are doing what, you'll find really different stories about them. As Emmanuel and as Junub open his space, we're starting like to rework most with this group of people.
Thank you.
Our continuous program of last year was Salam Fibet, which means peace in the house or peace at home. So this year we're working a lot with those groups and as well with the different group of youths on producing enough films. So we felt like through filmmaking, because it is does not really require a lot of skills for you to be in front of camera and talk. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a lot of training. We're going to give them opportunity to act in front of camera.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It is great to hear these inspiring stories from a brother. But what you really learned from this story? A young man who some years back did not have hope for the future, responsible for a gangs of over 140 people, 140 plus. He had a choice to do anything to use these people for other criminal activities. But today, the same person is a founder and is an executive director of Junub Open Space, an organization that helps more and more young people to find meaning in life. This can give us hope that whatever situations the young people are in, there is always hope for transformation. And as he said to us, one thing is you have to know as a young man or a young lady that time does not favor you. The time is running and you have the responsibility to put yourself right. One important thing that you could ever have or you could ever do in your life is to make a choice. You can make a choice to become a better person. You can make a choice to become what you are created or meant to be. There are so many things that you can do, but then number one, you will have to decide. For parents, before these young people could become what they are today, they first grow up in your house. If you happen to be a parent, you have a responsibility to either raise a successful leader, and you have the responsibility to lay a foundation for their own failure. And that is the problem that we have today. When young people is spoiled, then the whole country begin to cry. But the foundation that has been laid to them is what caused them not to do well in life. Our government and civil society, the churches and business community, all of us have a responsibility to come together and support young people. Until now, we thank you so much, our viewers, for taking your time to listen to this wonderful conversation. You can watch more of our video on the Ebenezer Show YouTube channel, and we really hope you will continue to engage with us. And I want to thank my brother Emmanuel Lobijo for your contribution, for deciding to share that part of your life with the public.
Thank you so much, and it's a pleasure to be here and to be hosted on the Ebenezer Show. And I'm grateful that I'm able to share this story. I hope it change one or two people life outside there. And if you, of course, would like to, if you have any questions or any comment, you can, of course, comment under the Ebenezer Show, which I'll be able to follow, and hopefully I can be able to reply to you. And thank you so much, and it's a pleasure being here.
You want photography, video for your birthday, proposal, for your wedding, and for all kind of events, Kudu Media will always be there. And you can also follow them on social media platform. Kudu Media is right there at your service. Thank you.